because legal aid is funded by the government.
Mm-hmm.
And so why are they going to bite the hand that feeds them?
Right, and the same people and the same judges and the same prosecutors they work in courtrooms every single day with. So it won't further their career by helping someone that they don't want to have help.
And
so
yes,
mm-hmm.
and at the extreme, I mean, if they became too, if we were defended too vehemently,
Mm-hmm.
someone could lose their life for that, for helping the Fitzgeralds.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
I do understand. I do understand. I really do. And I know how serious this problem is, and that's why, like I said before, we are going to try to help you and your family with this situation the best that we can here.
That's wonderful.
Through our network organizations, we are putting this show out. I will be sending this link of show to people in Canada, so it's going to be heard probably within your community in Canada, in Toronto, because that's where you're located right now, correct?
Yes, I'm in Toronto.
And I will be speaking with Miriam Snyder as well, and I know that Janet also did a show, right, on Liberty News for you?
Yes, I've done two shows with Janet, actually.
Okay, so probably, we'll get all these names together and we'll coordinate just sending these links of these shows to these advocates. And as I said before, we're going to take them to some other places that may or may not help. And, if they can render assistance to get him out and to get you out, both of you, we're going to try to make sure that happens, because they're going to continuously come after you now, and you have some serious problems. So I think you're going to have to, I have to do the same thing. I literally have to flee for my life from these types of persons. So I know that you'll get out of one mess and they'll try to put you in another one. They're not going to stop here because they know that you know so much. Like the quote term, quote unquote whistleblower. That's what they may consider you, because. Or your husband, because you have way too much information. They have shown you way too much of their criminal activity and themselves. By coming after you, they have literally shown themselves to you, so you know who they are. So
I know.
Yeah, so they're not going to want to let you out of this situation at this particular point in time. So, those steps have to be taken, and you're a very brave lady to be out here. I really give you a lot of credit for telling your story without any fear, of reprisal or what have you, because a lot of other people would not do that. They wouldn't be doing that, and so I really, give you a lot of credit for that.
Yes, well, but they've already done irreparable damage to me. The time I've lost with my babies, I can't recover the babyhood of my children, and what they're actually doing to my husband right now is they're making me watch them torture him. And this is extremely painful because I can see that his eyes are very dark. Sometimes he's not allowed to bathe, and other personal hygiene is being denied, and sometimes he can't eat, and he's being threatened in jail. He was kicked in the head. He was punched in the head. Both the staff and the inmates are threatening him, and he's suffering. He's suffering greatly. He's being abused, and I think it's against the Geneva Convention.
Well,
and they're making me
torture in prison, yes. And
they're making me watch this, and it's breaking my heart. And God only knows what they're doing to my children. And my husband has said in those emails that he's been writing to the government that they had better not harm a hair on our baby's head. If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And that is interpreted as threatening. Leave our family alone.
Right. So they came after your children because of what your husband found out, and
I don't think that they are particularly, our particular gene pool is very popular with them. And
right.
so I suppose
you're talking about the eugenics because both your children have blonde hair and blue eyes?
Well, yes, and that aspect would be favorable, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
But as far as having parents who are politically active or have certainly political views which are contrary to many of the mainstream views, I suppose that's a very negative thing.
Mm-hmm.
And they would like to discourage that kind of individuality in these little children.
Mm-hmm. Now, do you feel that you definitely feel that you've been targeted? They have provided organized stalking where you've been followed by many different types of people.
Yes.
Did you have police harassment? Did they actually come in and threaten you at all, or did they follow you around or flip their lights on at you or any of that kind of stuff?
You know, I'm not sure, and I need to get on with my life on a daily basis. So I try not to become too paranoid, if I might use the word, or sensitive.
Have it sensitized, right? Because that's what they try to do.
Yes, I feel that my husband is more sensitive, and I actually don't have the same. I just try to get on with my life and not be upset and bothered. I've already lost so much. Part of my attitude is, well, you know, like, if you're going to kill me, then get it over with.
Right.
And it's not that, you know, it's not certainly. I think that they would like me to go somewhere and die because they have really taken everything that a person values and holds dear. They've taken the most precious things that I have, and so I suppose that I'm supposed to be destroyed now, but I'm going to have justice, and I think it's worth waiting for.
Mm-hmm. Well, you're a fighter. There's just no doubt about that. I'm very glad that you're out here telling your story. I mean, by exposing these criminals, it makes it harder for them, you know, to do things to your husband as well. They may say no. I mean, there are people that will go into that prison to check on his condition, and that's something that they probably don't relish. And you know, so I would imagine that the need for him to be out of that place would be extremely important. And
yeah.
you know, and obviously for the charges that were filed against him, he spent how long is he in there now?
He's been in there for 8.5 months, and the standard punishment for uttering threats is 30 to 60 days. So he's served his time many times over, and now they're trying to move him from the jail to CAMH, which is the mental health center. They're trying to move him there and perhaps have him committed. I really don't know what their intentions are, but I don't think they are pure.
Right. Well, to say the least, if he's there longer than he should be, I would say that's definitely not. Excuse me, definitely not the case. So, it's really something that you know, we're going to help you expose. There's just no doubt about that, because we've been working on that all day right now, making numerous phone calls in your area as well as to other people around this country.
I really appreciate your help.
It's not a problem.
Appreciate your help.
The actions speak louder than the words, so I want to see that take place before anything else. I'd rather see you have your